I stood in front of the mirror, gripping the sides of the antique dresser like it could anchor me to reality. My wedding gown shimmered like a cruel joke under the golden light of my bedroom chandelier. Outside, guests were beginning to arrive. The music had started. But the man I was supposed to marry, he was kissing her, my twin sister, behind the chapel. The tears didn't fall. Not yet. I didn't scream. I didn't throw things. I just stood there, broken but quiet. Because the truth is, this wasn't the first time Zara had taken something from me. But this time, she would regret it. And what I did next shocked everyone, including me. Welcome to Heat and Whispers, where desire meets drama. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and stay till the end. Thanks. I'm Nina. The quiet twin. The responsible one. The invisible one. Zara was always the star, the twin who turned heads, who laughed louder, loved harder, burned brighter. And for some twisted reason, she needed to outshine me in everything. Even when it came to my love life. Liam and I had been together for 4 years. He wasn't perfect, no one is, but he saw me. I believed that. He made me feel like I mattered. Like I wasn't just Zara's echo. We met in university, where I was studying journalism. Liam was the campus golden boy, smart, charming, with that quiet kind of confidence that doesn't need to prove anything. I never thought someone like him would fall for someone like me. But he did. Or at least, I thought he did. He used to write me little notes, on napkins, receipts, even my textbooks. Notes like "You make Mondays feel like Fridays" and "I'd wait forever just to see you smile." I kept every single one in a box beneath my bed. Sometimes, I wonder if he meant any of it. Or if he was just playing a game he didn't know he'd lose. The day of our wedding was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Instead, it became the beginning of the darkest, wildest chapter of it. I had gone to the garden to breathe. My hands were shaking from excitement. Or nerves. I thought it was just cold feet. Then I saw them. Zara, in a tight champagne-colored dress, standing far too close to Liam, her hand on his chest. He leaned down. She tilted her head. They kissed. I stopped breathing. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a misunderstanding. That kiss was hungry. Like they'd done it before. Like they couldn't help themselves. My heart shattered. But what broke me wasn't just the betrayal. It was the look in her eyes when she saw me, smug. Victorious. Like she wanted me to see. I stumbled back, heels crunching against gravel. My breath came in short, ragged gasps. The wedding band slipped from my trembling fingers and hit the ground with a soft clink. That sound, it haunts me still. I ran. Not far. Just into the reception hall. I found the nearest glass of champagne and downed it like a shot. People were still dancing, smiling, waiting for a wedding that wouldn't happen. My mother, oblivious, fixed her makeup. My father was discussing the wine with the caterer. No one saw me implode. Until he did. Jason. Zara's fiancé. Yes, my sister had her own wedding scheduled 6 months later. To Jason Morgan, a sharp, ruthless, painfully handsome venture capitalist. Zara always said she was marrying him for status. But Jason loved her. I saw it in the way he watched her at every family dinner. He adored her, blindly, stupidly. Until I showed him what I had just seen. I played the video. Yes, I recorded it. Don't ask me why. Maybe I needed proof. Maybe I needed to feel less crazy. Jason didn't say a word. He just watched the clip, jaw tightening, the muscle in his cheek twitching. Then he looked at me. Marry me. What? I blinked, thinking I misheard. Right now. You're in a dress. I'm in a suit. Let's give them something to choke on. I laughed. It came out broken. He wasn't joking. I don't love you, I whispered. You don't have to, he replied. Just say yes. Let's burn them both to the ground. And in that moment, I did. I said yes. We stood at the altar 20 minutes later. My bouquet was still warm in my hands. Jason's fingers were firm, grounding. The priest looked confused, but I didn't explain. I couldn't. The guests were murmuring. My mother almost fainted. Zara stood frozen at the back, lipstick smudged, Liam behind her, pale and stupid. Jason said the vows like a man possessed. I echoed them, dazed, heart thudding. When he kissed me, it wasn't gentle. It was raw. Punishing. Desperate. It made my knees buckle. He tasted like whiskey and fury. And for the first time in years, I felt seen. The crowd was too stunned to speak. Some clapped hesitantly. Others just stared. But I felt powerful. Like I had finally stolen the spotlight Zara had kept to herself for so long. That night, we didn't touch. We just sat in the hotel suite, drinking whiskey and watching the city blink beneath us. I'm not here to hurt you, he said, finally. Good. Because I've been hurt enough. We made a deal. 1 year. 1 year of marriage. Appearances only. No feelings. No complications. We'd fake it. Get revenge. Then walk away. Simple. But emotions? They never play by the rules. The first few weeks were strange. We moved into Jason's penthouse apartment. Modern. Cold. All glass and granite. I felt like I was living in a magazine. He had a housekeeper, a driver, a personal assistant named Claire who always looked like she knew too much. We didn't speak much. We had breakfast in silence. He worked long hours. I stayed home, adjusting to a life I never expected, a life of opulence wrapped in ice. But at night, I could feel his presence. He never slept beside me. Always on the edge of the bed or in the guest room. Still, I felt his eyes linger on me. When I changed. When I read in bed. When I walked out of the shower in nothing but a towel. He never touched me. But the tension between us was thick, breathless. Until the charity gala. He took my hand that night. Introduced me as his wife. The press snapped pictures. I smiled, playing my part. But in the car after the event, something changed. His fingers slid across my thigh. Do you know how beautiful you look tonight? I turned, lips parting, but I couldn't speak. He leaned closer, voice low. I've tried to stay away. To follow the rules. But you're making it impossible. The air thickened. His cologne, the sound of my breathing, the heat between us, it was all too much. Then his lips were on mine. Hungry. Possessive. Real. I melted into him. Our hands tangled. His mouth moved to my neck. We got home but we didn't make it upstairs. We made love on the cold marble floor. And nothing about it felt fake. After that night, everything shifted. We didn't talk about what happened on the marble floor. We didn't need to. It lived in every glance, every pause, every almost touch that followed. Jason became attentive. He started leaving little things around the penthouse, my favorite tea, a silk robe in my size, books I'd mentioned in passing. Small gestures, but they shattered the cold routine we'd built. One morning, I caught him staring at me over coffee. Not with lust, but something softer. What? I asked, sipping. Nothing. Just thinking how lucky I got. I froze. Jason cleared his throat, the moment gone. I meant, for the plan. You've played your part perfectly. Ah. The plan. The revenge. The illusion. Except, it wasn't all pretend anymore. Not for me. That night, Zara called. I let it go to voicemail. I listened to it later, curled under a blanket, heart pounding. You think you've won, Nina? She sneered. He's only with you because I let him go. You'll always be my shadow. My leftovers. And he'll realize that soon enough. I deleted the message. But her voice lingered. I was trying not to mind whatever was happening with me. Until Zara showed up. Unannounced. She breezed into the penthouse like she still belonged there. Wearing a silk dress 2 sizes too tight and a smile soaked in venom. I just came to congratulate you both, again, she said, planting a kiss on Jason's cheek that lingered far too long. I felt it, the heat in my chest. Not jealousy. Possession. Jason stepped away from her touch. What do you want, Zara? Her eyes flicked to me. Oh, I just wanted to see how my sister was adjusting to my life. I didn't flinch. I smiled. Better than you ever would. But Zara wasn't done. She always had another move. And I just knew, she was about to make one. And when she did, it would try to destroy everything I was beginning to build with Jason. Zara didn't leave quietly. She lingered like smoke, slipping into our lives in tiny, invasive ways. She'd send gifts to Jason's office. Flirt with him in front of me. Remind him of inside jokes I wasn't a part of. And Jason? He kept his cool. But one night, I snapped. Why don't you just tell me what you two had? What you shared that you think I'll never measure up to? Jason looked up from his scotch, jaw tensing. Do you really want to know? I hesitated. But nodded. He stood slowly, walked to the fireplace, and tossed his drink in. Then he turned to me. Zara and I were a mess. Toxic. Passionate. Manipulative. She seduced me when I was in my lowest moment. I lost someone. She filled a hole. But she also destroyed me. Every time I tried to leave, she made sure I stayed, with lies. With sex. With secrets. I swallowed hard. What kind of secrets? He paused. Then whispered. She told me she was pregnant. The words hit me like a slap. She wasn't? Jason shook his head slowly. She miscarried, or said she did. But I found out months later she was never pregnant. She faked the whole thing to keep me from breaking off the engagement. My knees buckled. I sat down slowly, the weight of it all crashing into my chest. That woman, my own sister. But Jason wasn't done. She wasn't just sleeping with Liam either, he added, voice like steel. She slept with my business partner. Sold company secrets to him during a merger negotiation. Nearly cost me everything. My heart thundered. Zara wasn't just cruel. She was dangerous. The next morning, I woke up with a fire in my chest. I was done being the quiet twin. The nice girl. The victim. I started digging. I had access now, to Jason's world, to his lawyers, his investigators. I started compiling everything. Zara's lies. Her blackmail. Her threats. I found emails, texts, deleted photos. A whole folder of betrayal. I created a fake investor profile and lured Zara into a meeting, pretending to offer her an independent fashion line, something she always bragged she deserved. She came, of course. Dressed like a goddess, dripping diamonds and fake charm. You're finally recognizing my worth, she purred. Oh, I recognized it a long time ago, I replied, sliding the folder across the table. That's why I'm taking it back. Her face changed. Dropped. She flipped through the photos. The transcripts. The evidence. You wouldn't. Oh, I would, I smiled. Unless you walk away. From Jason. From Liam. From everything. I want a public statement that you're stepping away from both men. That you're moving abroad. And if I hear your name again, I will release everything. To the press. To your sponsors. To Mom. She stared at me. Fury and fear at war in her eyes. You've changed. No, I said. I've just finally seen you clearly. It should have ended there. But Zara never leaves clean. A week later, Jason got a letter. It was from his late father's lawyer, triggered by a clause in the family will. If Jason married Zara, he would have lost 80% of his inheritance. But marrying me? He kept everything. I stood frozen in the study, letter trembling in my hands. You didn't marry me for revenge, I whispered. Jason stepped forward, eyes wide. Nina. You married me for money. No. That's not true. I didn't know about the clause until. Stop. My voice broke. Was any of this real? He walked over and took my hands in his. I didn't plan to fall for you. But I did. I do. You have no idea how hard I tried not to feel what I feel for you. Tears fell. Then prove it, I whispered. He blinked. How? Sign it away. The inheritance. All of it. Walk away from the money. Choose me, without the fortune. Jason was silent. Then he nodded slowly. Okay. And the next day, he did. Zara fled to Paris. Her reputation ruined. Her claws dulled. Liam? He showed up once, drunk and apologetic. I didn't answer the door. Jason and I renewed our vows 6 months later. Just us. On a cliff in Santorini. No guests. No press. No lies. He kissed me like I was the only girl in the world. Because I finally was. No more shadows. No more twin. Just me, Nina. Loved. Seen. Chosen. And for once in my life, I wasn't invisible. Did you love this emotional, steamy roller coaster? Drop your favorite moment in the comments. Was it Nina's revenge or Jason's sacrifice? Like if you believe karma is real. Subscribe for more dramatic, jaw-dropping love stories that make you feel everything.